In this run, I'm only allowed to use what the Deathbirds drop. There are 8 of them in the game, 4 of them being the stronger Deathrite version. But let's go over the rules real quick. I have to kill all the 8 Deathbirds and beat the game while getting Fierce Ending, because I think it's thematically fitting. I'm only allowed to use the stuff those birds drop with 2 exceptions. 1, the Prince of Death Staff, because it's the assigned casting tool for the death spells 2 of the birds drop. And 2, Holy Pots, because I need a way to kill the birds in the first place and I don't want to waste my life away by trying to take them down with my fists. Oh, armor is also okay. To make it a little harder, I have to equip every item I get. Please enjoy. Okay, chat. Wait. Let's go. I start by buying the recipe and some pots from Kale and collect the crafting material to make holy pots, which I use to kill our first bird located in the Weeping Peninsula, which drops the Sacrificial Axe, our first weapon of the run. This axe has a super cool unique ability. Every time we defeat an enemy while holding it, we restore some of our FP. Okay, I grab both halves of the Dectus Medallion, the Wondrous Physics Flask, the Charge Tier, and Talisman alongside the Blue Dancer Charm. GG's. And the Ash of War Golden Vow for later. Before advancing, I commit the cardinal sin to claim the Warrior Jar Shard for myself. I take out the bird for Stormwhale, which clogs my only talisman slot with the Blue Feather Branch Sword. Arguably, the worst talisman in the game. If you don't know what it does, it reduces your damage taken by 50% if your HP is 20% or lower. So it basically does nothing most of the time. I take on Magid next, which I died to once because my headset broke mid-fight and I was really distracted trying to fix it. Okay. Chat, that doesn't count. My fucking headset broke. And I think I never fell down on this side. Not sit inside the edge, please. Okay, at least he gets off the edge now. How is he not? Praise broken. Come on. Ouch, okay. Boom. For whatever reason, no Paris break. I have no idea. Like, we hit him with so many charged heavies and there's no poise break at all. In my second attempt, he goes down pretty easily. With his talisman pouch, with space for the Blue Dancer's Charm, increasing my damage output, while having light equip load. I decide to go the long way through the castle, just because I haven't done that forever. I mean, we are death and a bird. So let's bring death to the bird. No! So let's bring death to the bird. Fuck that bird. I grabbed the Cloud Talisman and 2 cracked pots in the living jar room right before Godric. And let me tell you, I threw this fight hard. I kept making stupid mistakes and died over and over. Yeah, we should get in. We should get in a heavy here. Ouch. Okay. There's no time for a heavy in there. I refuse to fucking die to Godfrey. What? That's bullshit. What do you mean I can dodge? Oh yeah, I got... actually get a knock there. No. I heavily underestimate the stance break power of this axe. Okay, that's GG. Probably. Okay. That was scary. Okay, we died too often to Godfrey. Godric. Turn together. Why do people like to stay together so much? Racket is also. We're actually focusing and beating him on my 4th attempt. With ease, we are claiming our first Great Rune of this run. Next on, I advanced to Leonia and grabbed the first half of the Haligtree medallion, which causes Ancient to invade us at the Round Table Hold, dropping his armor set. We take on the Academy and get Renala. Can we one-cycle her? Which, surprisingly, we one-cycle in the first phase with our Asher 4. Phase 2, we still do good damage, until I die, because I underestimated the wolf and he took me out. My second attempt was probably the most insane Renala fight I ever had. With no heal left, and after miraculously surviving on 1 HP, she kept spamming summons, and... I somehow managed to take her down. Second Great Rune. Down. Before going to kill it, I cleaned up the 2 Deathbirds left in Leonia, awarding me the Red Feather Branch Sword, clogging my next talisman slot, and the Ancient Death Rankers, which needs... what? 24 Faith and 34 Intelligence? Well, we're not gonna use that for a while. Oh yeah, I also get my 3rd talisman slot from Enya. Upon arriving in Kellid, I immediately tackled the next bird, which was kind of a pain to take out. After maybe a few too many deaths, we beat him though, awarding us the Death Poker. A weapon which is notorious for having a super strong weapon art, which I never tried before, so I was kinda excited. Radahn was weird. It was kind of one-shotting him or getting one-shot by him. And shortly after, I found out that this is how the next 2 boss fights will turn out. At first I thought it was because I upgraded the weapon too much and my vigor was low because all my stat points went into intelligence and faith. But no, the weapon doesn't really fall off that much on later bosses too. So I will just make a quick compilation for the next 2 bosses. I also banned the Death Poker after I realized the weapon is just super broken. To be honest, it's a fun weapon to use, and you should really try it out, if you haven't yet, but it kinda defeats the purpose of a challenge run. I'm dead. No, never mind. GG's! Ooh! Oh, holy! I thought I was so dead there. But yeah, this weapon is fucking broken. I love it. Oh, I also wanted to mention real quick, the Ash of War is super strong, but it really takes super long to pull off. And because we have no poise, we get staggered really easily out of this. That's kind of bad. Boom. Boom. Lovely. Why is this weapon so good? And, by the way, I think it's kinda ironic that he can frostbite the fire giant. The god of fire. The thing that is constantly burning from the inside out and you could just freeze it. Thanks, Miyazaki. I wonder what the lore behind that is. I can theoretically set it up. Oh, he saw that. Okay, that. Nice! Woo! Ah, yes, the Death Ritual Spear, The Death Ritual Spear was actually the thing that inspired me to the... I can bring it on. Ah, I didn't mean it that way, okay. Let me please reset. Okay, GG's. What do you mean with metering? Luckily, in the mountaintop of giants, near the castle where you fight Nile, there is another bird, dropping us the Death Ritual Spear. The weapon that made me originally want to do this run. It has a really unique and cool weapon art, and don't worry, it's not nearly as good as the Death Poker. By the way, I just realized I think I never really used the spear. Maybe also a fun run for someday? But well, we'll see about that. Oh, before I forget to mention it, I also picked up the Deathbird Kite Twin What's the name of it? The Twin Bird Kite Shield. I also picked up that at some point. Which actually is a pretty good shield. It has 100% Fizz Death, and it gives you a 10% damage reduction while you're lower than 20% health, and also a 5% damage increase while you're lower than 20% health. So it's kind of a combo between the two talisman, but worse. Nile. This fight was a huge pain. Not because Nile necessarily, but because the two adds. After I figured out a strategy to take them out reliable, and Chad pointed out you can parry Nile, you know what I did. I've awoken the parry god and made this piece of art of a fight. I still messed up a little bit though. Spear Crawler, Spear Crawler, Spear Crawler, Spear Crawler, Parry Potion. Also, if he does like the jump attack, he pretty much always goes for the stick hit. Oh gosh. Okay. Come on. Come on, one more heavy, one more heavy. Nice! Oh! I normally wouldn't have included this in the video, but this fight was so nice with the parries, I'm even gonna get that in. I grabbed my reward. The second half of the Helix Medallion. Made my way there and took out the 8th and last Deathbird in the game. Which is actually not that easy to take out. Also, he drops a really cool spell, but its requirements are even higher than the ones we already got from the Death Rankers. And how we figured out earlier, they're kinda trash. So, I will test out later how this spell performs. When I plunged it, I honestly thought I'm gonna die to 220,000 souls! What? Malekith was a huge pain like always, but still quite enjoyable. Now that I think about it, it's probably one of my favorite fights in the whole game, if not my favorite. After a lot of deaths, and one way too close call. Well, I have to stall some time here real quick, because the fight just starts. Also, if you made it this far in the video, consider leaving a like, or even subscribing. It will help me out very much. Thank you. So, let's continue. Okay. I had something to do afterwards, and this was literally the last attempt of the stream. And see for yourself. Get ready. Fuck yeah! Literally on the last attempt. Okay, chat. That will be stream for the day. Thank you. The kitty also goes down, and we proceed to burn the world. Gideon was Gideon, and I died more often to him than I like to admit. But hey Impacts, why don't you use the magic you showed us earlier? It has so harsh requirements, you can use it by now, right? It should do a lot of damage. Well, dear viewer, let me show you an example on my good friend Godfrey over here. Do I have to say more? I don't think so. Get one here. Get one in here. Why am I keep doing that? Fuck. That's definitely possible, I think. Godfrey's first phase always seems more like a jump and run to me than an actual fight. Oh well. Jokes aside, Godfrey isn't too hard, and he eventually goes down. Well, if it wasn't for phase 2. Which I just never seem to find a good attack window in, and I just basically tank through. But fair enough, I guess. Also, weird fact, it seems like if you phase transition Godfrey with a riposte, you don't end up where you normally get teleported to, but you just stay where you riposted him. Which ends up in usually him missing and just standing in some random position across the arena from you. It is kind of fun. Radagon and Elden Beast. The final boss of the game, and the second last boss in our journey as a Deathbird in the lands between. Radagon gave me some trouble for a while, but when I figured his attack patterns out again, he went down after a while. It was a pretty fun fight, which feels always weird to me, because there are so many attacks of him where I feel like I can jump over them, but I can't. Godfrey just scarred me. We just spam charged heavies and chunk him down quickly. Luckily, he doesn't put up much of a fight. Elden Beast is like always just running. We spam him with heavy attacks. Eventually, we also get a poise break or two. I actually beat Elden Beast on the first attempt I got to him, which was pretty convenient, and because I'm really used to his moveset, there's nothing he can do against me. He barely ever gets a hit then, and with the remaining heal, we just tank through that pretty easily. Before we climb the Elden Throne, there's one more person we have to visit. Melania, Blade of Mikela, Goddess of Rot. This fight took me literally to hell and back. I tried everything. I tried the spear, I tried the axe, I tried parrying, I even gave the magic another chance. But I just can't seem to beat her. Even the death poker couldn't do anything against her. So, eventually, I came to the conclusion, I just have to get good. And I did. But, judge for yourself. This took me about 10 hours of Melania attempts only. I hope you enjoy. And thanks for watching. Dagger Talisman has like an effect that lets you heal twice on Melania, but it only works on like daggers. As far as I noticed. Blood on Step is good for holy. Blood on Step is really good for dodging close. Okay, phase 2. I think that makes parrying in phase 2 so much harder is that oftentimes you can't see her blade because of her wings. What? Guess it's Arceus Astrid's turn. I guess it's Arceus Astrid's turn. Okay. Actual Arceus Astrid's. Here, I completely ran out of healing. Which actually boosted my damage. Because of the effect of the shield and the talisman. And I would have never thought that the blue better branch sword, and the defensive effect of the shield come in clutch so much. But they saved me, and you will see why soon. At this point, it means really either play perfect or lose, and probably spend a few more hours grinding this fight. Doesn't get much closer than that. Maybe it is. Oh! Finally! Oh! Oh, fuck. I didn't even look at the HP bar. Oh man, love it. I felt so much better. I felt so much better. This is the end of our journey as a Deathbird. The run had its highs and lows, but in the end I really enjoyed it. Except for Millennia. I really never wanted this fighter again. But I will have to, very soon. Because you like to see me suffer. I hope you enjoyed, and see you next time. Thanks for watching.